Nice.
Yeah, I was hoping to have a bunch more information presented to you tonight. I just got like a bunch of bridge quotes like an hour ago, so I don't have anything printed out. I can discuss them, but
That's all right. Yeah, we can always have you shoot them over after.
Yeah,
and
I will.
talk about them at a future meeting or whatever.
exactly. So I'll start out with, number one on my list is Jim, myself, and Doug. We met with Carl Murphy with Hudson Conservation to walk the trolley bed with the Hudson Town Assistant Engineer.
I think it was his, yeah.
Yeah, so we went in from the Gibson Road side and
nice.
scoped that all out. And
How was it? Is it nasty? Like,
it needs some work.
yeah?
But the engineer was, he's like, no, we can do this. So they're gonna bring it back to one more meeting on their end, and then they'll let us know. But they've actually already started cutting through their side.
Oh, they did?
So,
Okay,
yep.
good.
So
I was gonna say, are they giving us the green light to do it, or are they gonna just?
we have one more meeting to go through because Jim and Doug are gonna bring some equipment back there. So
Okay.
that's what they have to give the final approval on. Once they
Okay.
do that, I'll let you guys know, and we'll go get that open.
Nice. Is that right to Gibson Road?
Yes,
So the only thing that'll be kind of obstructing it is that old bridge that has no
Yes.
wood on it at this time.
yeah,
It needs
so
to be
the
taxed.
missing bridge.
Yeah,
Yeah, so right now we do have it barricaded, so, I got a cone out there and some sticks and stuff like that, so.
yeah.
But yeah, so in the past, we talked about, that is one of the quotes I'll be discussing here shortly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it's looking good. We definitely,
Anybody have any questions or?
No, I'd just like to add, if I could, because we're gonna be in Hudson,
yeah,
Doug and I are gonna give Hudson our insurance papers, and we'll be dealing just with Hudson, will be no cost to the town of Pelham whatsoever,
yeah.
all right?
Question.
Michelle, yeah.
So when you guys go out, is there a way I can go out as well? It just seems like I keep missing these going outs, because I can
Yeah.
walk, you know what I mean?
Sure.
I'm curious what like the engineers have to say.
Yeah,
I'd just like to hear it.
Well, I think they would be the ones posting it on their end.
yeah, so they'll
yeah.
give us permission, but it'll be up to these guys to tell, to organize when it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause
Okay.
These guys have their
So-
own
so-
schedule.
No, like the
You're
walk
saying
that they
sidewalk?
just did, right.
Okay,
Like you guys went out and met with their town person.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Like I didn't know about that.
Oh, okay.
So I can, I'm retired, I'm quite available.
Well, just be
all the
aware,
time.
so, and that's okay if you want to go,
But then
but
that
if
becomes
you
a
three
quorum.
go, it
Right,
becomes a
like-
quorum and I have to post it publicly on
Yeah.
our end too.
So.
Not that I don't mind, but I just need to know.
I do believe, and maybe I'm mistaken, I do believe that walk was discussed at the last meeting.
But there was not a time, like, it was a.
There was not a
definitive-
time. They
Right, there
had
was-
pushed me off.
Right,
It
there
was supposed
wasn't
to
a
be right
definitive
before the
date or
meeting,
anything.
and then they called me up, canceled, and then they told me the date, and then we didn't find out until that evening,
Right.
the Thursday night, of what time to meet the
Yeah,
the
you
Friday
called me
morning.
that night and let
I
me know.
called, I
Yeah.
called you. Yeah.
Well, in the
I think I knew
future-
the day before, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the future, if you can let me know or,
Yeah.
just shoot a DL,
Yeah.
like forestry committee, and then everybody can know. Because if everybody wants to go, or at least more than 3 people, I have to post it.
Okay.
So you can't do a last minute,
Yeah,
thing,
that-
so
that-
just be aware.
Yeah, when I find out last minute, I get it. Yep.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
There were a lot of things sprung on us last minute.
yeah,
Yeah, it happens all the time.
it does, yeah.
Meant to get to you sooner, but it just happened, it got to you tonight, so. And it's tomorrow, so. what are you
Yeah.
gonna do?
Yeah.
So, all right, anything else on that? You guys give us an update after you talk with them? Or,
Yeah, so
you know.
they will reach out to us after the next meeting.
Yeah, I mean, that bridge area, I mean, it would be, I would love to, get a quote and, see how much, because that would be a great connection.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful, like, nice
Yeah.
flat
No,
trail.
when Doug and I were out there, there was actually a mountain biker that already came through. I was kind of stunned at how he did that.
Oh, really?
I was like, you came through there? And he's like, yeah, no, we just got through. And then when we walked it, we realized that Hudson's already been bushwhacking their side.
Oh, they were coming from the Hudson
They
side.
came from the
Oh.
Hudson side.
How'd they get over the bridge? Or were you already on that side of it?
No, he came across the bridge. So if you can ride the rail, or you can go around.
Oh,
it.
yeah,
Steel
yeah.
girders to go
Yeah, you can
across.
carry
Right,
and
right.
walk it, yeah.
Yeah. So no, he,
Right, it's
he
not
got
like it's
through
a
it.
giant ravine.
Because there's
All the
probably,
tree, all on our side, it's actually in pretty good shape now.
what's left, like 300 feet, I would think that,
So it's 600 feet in the Hudson side, but
and about
it's only
300
about
feet is-
150 feet that are really bad.
Yeah.
They've actually, the entrance from Gibson Road, they've got that pretty cleared out,
I'll have to
about
go
200
check it
feet in
out.
now.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
So other than, we do need to do some more grading work and everything else on the bed itself.
Yeah.
We're working it.
Yeah, how does it look from the winter? From the work?
Good, really good.
Really?
Yep.
Held up well.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Water diverter and
Yeah,
everything?
we get over there, we can regrade that one section where we filled in because it was frosty.
Yeah.
Sunk
Yeah.
a little bit, but
Still
not
have some
bad.
depressions. I know you want to try to pull some gravel. I am quoting out to bring gravel into Raymond Park just to do several repairs because even with the gravel bank, that's something we have to discuss. Is it, how much time does it take to pull gravel out of the ground versus having a triaxle dump truck just pre-positioned? So I'll discuss
Yeah.
that as well.
All right, good.
So yeah, pretty sure.
Anything else on that? Or would we, on the, is that good?
No, it's amazing how quickly it starts to grow in already. That first section we opened up, a lot of that's exposed to the sun, so it's already 2 feet high right now. So you're just walking back there, you gotta watch out. The ticks are vicious right now.
Oh, my God, yeah.
I pulled more ticks off me this year than I can remember.
Shake a tick at.
Another thing on that, as soon as it goes in from the park, well, where that hill goes down like that, I would like to really kind of dig into that hill and lower it and to maybe take some of
Yeah,
that
take the
dirt.
curse off that little edge
Yeah.
right there, yep.
Yeah, because when Nick was back there and we were working, he actually couldn't climb it with his four-wheel drive tractor in the snow when we were working and brush hogging back there. So
Really?
it's steeper than it looks and it's off-center, so it kind of slid you off to the side. And I think that section right there is all gravel, so we may be able to
It
take a
isn't.
lot of that gravel.
When I was in there and I
Yeah.
did around the ball field, I
Yeah.
mowed around there and I did some excavation right there.
Yeah.
I actually walked over there to probe for gravel. That's all been pushed in. It's all like loomy material right
All
there.
right, so some of that we can recycle and move to some of the parts of the trolley bed that
Nice.
need some help. Okay.
Very good.
Next item, walk with Scott Neske for the easement through his property for the Gumpus Musquash connector. So this kind of came together fairly quickly. This was actually asked for by Hudson. And then, I was trying to remember the sequence of events here. I got so much going on in my head. Ended up reaching out to Jim, reaching out to Bob Lamro, and they actually put me in touch with Al Stewart. And Al Stewart knows the Neskes very well. He set up a
Yeah, he
meeting.
has a good
The three of
connection
us
with
got
them.
together. And then Scott Neske and myself, when he basically gave me an availability, I met him after work. We went out, walked the property. Actually, let's see what I've. All right, that's.
Straighten that out a little bit, John. There you go.
All right, so. All right, there we go. So, we actually walked in from his property, came around to the Beaver Loop Trail, and then,
Is he 19-3-144?
so he owns this property and this property.
Okay.
Yeah, he owns a tremendous amount of land out there.
Wow.
A ton of trails back there.
More than you.
Yeah, so the trail basically, if you can kind of see it on the phone, it's already mapped on my Onyx Off-Road app. So you got the glacial rock, which is roughly about here. So you're gonna walk in here, it's kind of skirts his property, it enters his property about here and comes all the way through and then comes all the way out to about here at this intersection.
And then what dips back into our property?
It basically right at that intersection.
Okay.
So here's the trail we just cut open with Hudson last year. This is the Gumpus Loop, and this is all Hudson's mapping over here. But on Neske's property, the trail continues in this way, comes up, there's all kinds of trails in here. So when I mapped it out, unfortunately, I didn't save it on my Onyx app. I just took a picture of it and I didn't realize it didn't save it, so I lost it. But it's 0.2 miles through his property that we'll need an easement for. So I know Danielle was gonna sit down and talk to Joe Rourke about it. Al was asking about it. I'm actually not sure who writes the easement, so I still need to work that, but Scott was
He was fine with
He
everything,
was
right?
absolutely all for it.
Does he allow people to use all the rest of his land for
He
trails?
actually does. He does. He has, it's all in current use. He keeps it opened. He logs it for his own personal use, and he keeps, there's trails all throughout there that people are allowed to use.
Wow.
Yeah, I had no idea that was there.
Wow.
So he showed me, so from this trail, you go in, there's basically, you zigzag up, and then you zig out, and it comes out on Bush Hill Road through a gate. Jim knows about the gate. Al Stewart showed me the gate. And Scott has given us permission to bring in,
Oh, if you want to drop material to come
yeah.
in through there.
So this last section, about 150 feet of this last section is pretty nasty. So we want to bring in gravel and grade that out.
What's now? Is it washed out? Like what
It's
is it?
just, it's
Nothing
use.
flat?
Some ATVs have been digging it up. It's just
Yeah.
kind of, chewed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I actually, all right, so that we can actually walk right into my bridge quotes. So for this to work, there's a pre-existing beaver dam right about here. And I had Mike Taylor come out 2 days ago,
Yeah.
and we scoped it out for a bridge. I have all the quotes. I will email them to you. Please,
No, that's fine. Yeah.
please just
Don't worry about it, yeah.
Get them out. So the Glacial Rock Bridge is going to end up being two 30 by 6 foot bridges for a cost of $9,600 to cross that beaver dam. It's further than we initially thought.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a 30-foot section over what looks like the beaver dam. There's a good tree right there for a base, and then there's a kind of an older beaver dam on the other side of it. That's all dirt, but it's not the most stable.
Okay.
So from that one point with the tree, that'll be one landing, and then we'll go on beyond that. See if I actually have pictures.
You're brave showing your photos on the TV.
To be scanned first.
Right.
It's coming in pretty good, though.
I know, it really is.
Of course, the pictures don't really do it justice.
Yeah, it's
but
So if there was bridges going, so there's no bridges there currently?
there's nothing here right now. What people are doing is walking across the top of this.
Is
old
that
beaver
like a
dam.
makeshift bridge?
That's a
Like,
makeshift
yeah.
bridge, yeah. People just have stacked branches on top of it to make it walkable. So basically, the further end, you'll have the bridge come from here, and then basically right here will be a good landing. There's a nice solid tree right here.
Yeah.
And this area is pretty stable, so there'll be basically a footing here, and then, see if I do this right. So the bridge will go from, this is the same spot right here. It's gonna go to this side of this tree. This is where the walking path is, but it's very soft, and it's the old beaver dam that will probably continue to rot and everything else. So on the back, basically, here's another, this tree is dead, but on the backside of this, it's all firm ground. So it's gonna be a straight shot, 60 feet from here to the other end to cross that one area.
So,
We don't need a permit crossing over this water?
No, because it's as long as we're not putting anything in the water.
Okay.
So
yeah, I was gonna say, is it bank to bank?
it's all gonna be bank to bank.
That's just a long one.
Yeah.
And how wide is it gonna be?
This one's gonna be 6 feet.
Wide?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you spanning 60 feet with?
Yeah.
two 30-footers with a footing in the middle.
The footing's gonna go in the water? In the water?
Nope.
Halfway?
No, halfway out, there's a tree and a good solid piece of ground right there. So you kind of have that one beaver dam where it's just the sticks thrown down, and then there's a tree, pretty good solid piece of dirt, and then it goes to another beaver dam that's basically that soft dirt.
Oh, so it's like 30 and it
It's
on
gonna
another
be two
bank?
30-footers.
30, I
Yeah.
got you, okay.
Yeah,
And the reason it's 6 feet wide is for snowmobiles also?
yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Because that is a snowmobile corridor. and it
That
has
is,
to be-
services to be able to get out there. We don't want people driving through the swamp anymore, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's,
Any other questions on that, anyone?
No, I like the idea. Also, the 72 has been pretty good because, using 12 footers and just, cutting them down, it goes down pretty quick,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Sorry, another question. Are there gonna be railings on this, or the,
I
so,
believe all of these bridge coats have railings.
okay,
Yeah,
and that's safe for snowmobiles?
We'll see when we get the
Okay.
quotes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to like railings. So I kind of,
I didn't know the height off the ground.
yeah.
This is pretty high off the ground. It's
I know like a foot, you
Couple
don't
feet,
need them.
maybe?
Yeah,
It's not far, but if you fall off, you're in
Okay.
the swamp.
there are a lot of bridges out there with no railings whatsoever. There's
they
another
have the bumpers on them,
footbridge
right,
out there
right.
that's probably 60 or 70 feet long.
Yeah.
It's only two 2x10s wide.
Right, it's gonna,
And,
no.
there's no railings on that, so.
So while Mike was there, because we do have a couple other bridges that have an issue. There's this one here, which Jim is very aware of. You familiar with that one, Jim?
Yeah, that was built,
Yeah,
I think that was, honestly, I don't even know why that was built.
yeah,
I mean, there's a
There's
trail
money
that
there, yeah.
circumvents that
yeah.
to a viewing bench, and that works just fine.
All right, so this is probably the easiest one to eliminate. So Mike Taylor came up with a quote of 6,600 on this for a 4-foot wide, 40-foot bridge to cross that.
Do we need a bridge across that, or can we just walk along the edge?
So if you want to eliminate this and walk around the other way, we can absolutely do that. But this, because it's the way it is, you've mountain biked across it, because it
Does it bounce as you go
Well,
over?
it's a challenge because
Yeah.
you have
you have two
trick-shaped
bridge
surface,
sections and then you
got
have a
some
bunch of
logs.
sticks and then you have bridge sections.
Yeah,
It's
it's
kind
kind
of
of
a
tough.
trip hazard and not very well placed. It makes more sense to have the path that way because as soon as you come out, you're gonna see the other bridge going over to the glacial rock. We can completely eliminate that, walk around the other trail, probably just needs to be cut all of it. It's not being used much. And that would save us this whole bridge to even
6 or
build.
7 grand, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So,
but the snowmobiles do not go that way.
no,
So
this
it's
is
not, we don't
the,
need it for that.
this is the Beaver Pond Loop Trail. It's gonna remain a single track.
Yep.
Do you have the, that map? Is it on that map?
It is.
Can you point as to where it is?
So that bridge is right about here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no snowmobiling area.
No.
Yeah.
So then from there, the next bridge is getting pretty rotted and it's already settling and all the sides are loose. So this bridge is literally 50, 100 feet further in the trail. And we looked at it. I asked about fixing it. It's getting pretty rotted. Like all the posts are loose and then you can see as it
Yeah, it
drops
looks like
down,
it. Yeah.
that's all rotted underneath. So,
Where is that? Can you point that on the map?
so that is literally right here.
Okay.
So one's here, one's here. Does that make sense?
And that also is just walking trails, more
This
or
is just the
less?
walking trail. So this one is quoted out as 25 feet by 4 feet wide with railings for 4,200. This one we ought to change.
And that's also bank to bank?
That's also bank
Yeah,
to
that's
bank.
bank to bank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is it about 3 feet wide now?
it's a little, yeah. So
It'd be nice if it was just a little bit wider.
that's,
Yeah.
because of the mountain biking, that's what everybody said, yeah.
My handlebars are
3
right there on
feet's
each
a little
post.
narrow, especially when you put railings on it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think 4 feet here would make it easy. But yeah, this bridge is definitely, we would call it, needing immediate repair.
In his, I know Mike has done a lot of bridge work for us and he's,
Yeah.
he's very well established. Like he's got the setup to do all this stuff.
He's
which
got
has
all the
been great.
equipment to tow the stuff in the woods. He's got trailers, dump trailers, ATVs. Yeah.
And that, his price, I remember, includes getting rid of the stuff too,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah, so his price will get rid of that one.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's good.
yeah. Any questions, any thoughts on that? Michelle?
We're not gonna bid it?
No, we can. I was just gonna say the same thing. Yeah, if you know anyone that can bid it,
I know,
please do.
Yeah.
We don't have to post it?
and we've tried before. We never get anybody.
I
We
know,
can do
but
it every
then-
time, yeah.
I will give you all the quotes, and if you guys have
Yeah, we can
somebody
put it
else.
online if somebody wants us to come by
nobody
and
does
bid
it, then we're
We're
covered.
not
Nobody
giving him
wanted
his
to.
bids, though. They'll have to go out there and,
Oh, they have to do their own, right,
yeah,
right.
they gotta go out and do their own if they're gonna do it. And we'll put a time limit on it. I don't know, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Nobody wants it, then it goes to him.
Yeah.
But then that way it's.
Yeah,
open.
I mean, Mike, you know, he's been doing bridges for so long. It's like he
Right,
he
I
set
don't
up his
know
own
him.
little shop for it.
Yeah,
I mean,
But
I-
I'm fine with like we've asked like 2 or 3 other people in the past and they're just like, it's not worth my time.
They don't have the right equipment
Yeah,
and familiarity with getting it done.
yeah. But yeah, that's fine. We'll put it online and ask the town to post it and, you know, see if we can get people to walk out there and bid it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
and since we are talking about bridges,
Wasn't there another one at Raymond Park, that dual bridge? Is that the other one you were
two
talking
over
about?
at Raymond Park.
Yeah. Course, I feel like in the next couple of years, we'll have every bridge done. And they're all like pressure treated and in real good shape now, so.
Raymond Park. Raymond Park, here we go. All right. Okay, we can get the video camera back. There we go. So, athletic field. Okay, so the Ox soccer field is here. This is the yellow trail. I don't have pictures readily available. They're buried in my phone. But this is that one I talked to you about last year, where it's that one bridge that comes down,
Yeah.
turns. It's rotted and kind of angled, and the bank is eroding away. So when Mike looked at it, he goes, "We have to move the bridge location to do a double bridge."
Right.
And basically, kind of like over the Beaver Dam, it's going to be one bridge. There's 2 streams that come in, and then that bridge is right here on a turn. He's going to move it this way, so he's going to go from one bridge to basically an island, and then from there up. So that's end up going to be 2 bridges that,
And that's a wider bridge, right?
those are going to be 6 feet wide, because that
Yeah.
is a snowmobile trail.
Yep.
And that bridge, Raymond Park Yellow Trail Bridge, 2 16-foot by 6-foot wide bridges, he has quoted out for $53.20
For both.
for both. Yeah.
Okay. And
now-
you have a quote for that on email?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, so I have all 5 of these on quotes. Yeah,
Okay.
so when I get home, I'll get them to you.
Perfect.
And then lastly is, now that the trolley bed is moving through, we have to get a bridge on the trolley bed itself.
Right.
We talked about this last year. He basically just requoted it from that. So that's going to be a 20-foot long bridge for $4,600.
Now, is that one available to redeck, or would that be just putting a brand new deck
So
over it? I mean, a
the
brand new
existing steel, when I walked out there, we think we can use some of the existing steel. There's one section where the beam, it was not sistered by another beam underneath it, that had fallen out a long time ago. So he's gonna redig that in to re-shore up that corner. If you do that, he was just gonna still support it on top, so that it's not gonna be a flat bridge. It's gonna come up, go over it, but the steel there is still usable
Okay.
to use some support to it. But it's still gonna be pretty good sized bridge there, because it's angled, it's not a straight shot.
Right.
So the
right, I
whole
know
thing's
that.
gonna be 20 feet long.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so those are the bridge quotes. I'll get them to you.
Yeah.
If we need to make any changes to them.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money in bridges.
Right now, it's, with all of them, it's $30,320.
How much?
$30,320.
That's good. As far as, you like moving forward with them,
Yeah.
is that something that he would do summer, or is it stuff he would do in the fall? Because I know a
think-
lot of people don't want to do much in the summer. I don't know if that's.
I think right now he's actually fairly busy. I think just bugs and everything else
Yeah.
and dryness, the fall is usually the better time.
Yep.
He does have time limits on his quotes, but I think
Yeah,
that's just
that makes sense.
for the costs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think as far as time schedule, I would set him up to do it in the fall.
Yeah.
Yeah. One, to get funding set up for this, and then to get a plan, and hopefully this fall we can start doing a lot out there.
No, that'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be good to get a big jump on some of them. So.
Yeah.
Anything else on that you have? Bridges are all set? That's the
that's-
majority you're
that-
looking to do?
That's all I got for bridges.
Okay.
All right, next is, Derek and I went around, we picked Raymond Park. And we went all around Raymond Park, all the access ways in and out, looking at gravel repairs, basically just fixing either nasty washouts or puddles. And we basically came up with about 300 to 350 yards of gravel. I got a quote today, it's about $450 for a triaxle delivered.
Okay.
What I'd like to do is to be able to get the ability to start pre-positioning triaxle trucks around Raymond Park. And
Like
then
different access points?
different access points. Yeah, the Baldwin Hill access, the Raymond, near the trolley bed. I still think we're gonna need a considerable amount of gravel for the trolley bed itself.
Yep.
There's some areas behind the soccer field that need some binding up. Baldwin Hill itself, there's a couple. We just want to get rid of the mud puddles and ruts.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking just 8 to 10 triaxle trucks around Raymond Park, and then use the volunteers with the tractors as much as we can to get it placed out into the woods. And then from there, we'll bounce around town, but I'd like to
Is
start.
that crushed gravel or regular bank run gravel?
So, you know what that was used up on Baldwin Hill when we did that repair? Because that stuff I thought was pretty good, but I don't know the name of it.
It wasn't crushed, it was bank run, but it wasn't real rough. It was,
Yeah,
3/4 to maybe 1.5 inches.
yeah,
It wasn't bad. It packed in really good.
yeah. We did that repair last year to that huge mud puddle, and it
Held up good.
really it bound that up. That you could barely walk past it. It was so nasty. So
And it still looks pretty good after the winter?
still looks pretty good. Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah.
Wow.
Solid.
So yeah, it was caused by water running down that just filled up that
cul-de-sac,
section, and
yeah.
it just all the loam blew out of it, and it just became a nasty mud puddle, and it was the width of the trail. So
What's your, again, with the summer here, what's your time frame on starting stuff like that? Is that something you'd be looking towards the end of the summer, early fall?
yeah, I think that could be done anytime.
Okay.
Just because it's dumping gravel and then begging and pleading to have people with their tractors go out there and move it around.
Yeah. That's what it seems like fun. More than a job. Like, who wouldn't want to take an
If
afternoon?
not, I got to start quoting out tractor and rental prices. So
Someone
She's got
trailers
one,
me,
he's
I
got
will
one.
come.
You go.
how many people up here have tractors?
I know, right?
1, 2, 3,
Everybody.
4.
5.
Not much
Gotta have
anymore.
one.
Mike, you don't
We're
have a
gonna
tractor
fix it.
yet?
It'll be fixed. 3 weeks.
Got a bad training.
Oh, does it? If you're willing to go around town and help out, we
Oh, it'd
would
be
absolutely
fun.
appreciate
Oh,
it.
it sounds
Because
like
that
fun.
would save a huge amount of costs. And then obviously paying fuel and everything else, the group has already decided
Yeah.
to cover those expenses.
Mr. Chair, I have a question for the triaxle loads of that material.
Yeah.
Will that be something that, like, maybe next meeting, you'll have some quotes on, like, per load, or, I mean, we looking to, like, stage these, let's say 6 loads
Yeah.
at these different spots, just so it's there to maintain?
I can come up with something a little bit more. So yeah, I'm thinking 8 to 10, probably 10 for basically just the Raymond Park area.
Yeah.
What I'll do is I'll come up with locations, and at $450 a triaxle.
Okay.
That'll be a pretty good price. From there, we can kind of use that as a model, and then go around to other parks in town and fix the areas that are problematic.
Yeah, I was looking at some old spreadsheets, back in like 2020 to 2023, and
Yeah.
there was a number of material drops,
Yeah.
from old boards.
They
that
did
were
a
using
bunch
for
of
stuff,
repairs,
yeah.
up on Tower Hill Road.
And I mean, with the amount of people who use them, and let's face it, people slip by with machines, and when it gets muddy, it gets bad.
Well, that's what upsets everybody is when they see mud and ruts. So if
Yeah.
we can prevent that from happening. And then, when some of these puddles get so big, you can't even walk by them. That's a problem. Like
Right.
with all the clearing I did up on Baldwin Hill last
Well,
year,
it
I
brings
was,
bugs, and which brings
yeah,
ticks.
but I was also stunned at how many people are hiking back there. So hiking and mountain biking quite a bit. So ever since I got that open again, people are using it.
Yeah.
Nice.
There were so many trees blocking that area, kind of like the trolley bed. Nobody could get through. Now that they're open, people are using them again. So it'd be nice to kind of start maintaining these trails a little better.
So, I mean, I know you said you're gonna fine tune a little bit, but for Raymond Park,
Yeah.
how many, like, what would be your estimate on cost for like,
So it'd
dropping
be,
material?
Say 10 trucks times $450 a load.
Yeah.
So 10 times $4,500 bucks, yeah.
4,500, yeah.
Is that local? Somebody's got that?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, I need some. I know you think,
Gravel's getting hot in mine.
Is that a reasonable price, or?
It's okay. I mean, I just bought stone today. It's almost $30 at Brock's just
Yeah.
for the stone right now.
For a ton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The quote came from the town, so, or
Yeah.
town official, so.
yeah. No, that's, I mean, I would be interested in that. Anything else before we, get a little further? I mean,
All right, so gravel. Just notes, continue cutting brush and removing down trees throughout the town. We've been doing that all winter long. We have a pretty good system. We get notified pretty quickly when a tree comes down.
yeah,
You usually send it to me. I usually send it out to these guys, and within a day or two, the trees cleaned up.
hours in most cases, yeah, they're gone.
Obviously, we're in the growing season right now, so all the trail kiosks, parking areas, we gotta try to mow those down once a year.
Yeah.
And then, like I've been saying, any of our trail systems that are really exposed to the sun, the grass just grows up tremendously in them. So we're trying to
Yeah,
come up with a schedule. We have more brush clearing and mowing that needs to be done than I think the volunteers can do. So at some point, we are gonna start having to hire some of this stuff out, just because it's a lot to keep this stuff all cut back.
yeah,
Like, we already discussed, getting the Woven Park, field mowed.
yeah,
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 that
we do want to do that
Yeah.
too. Yeah, that's on the 2026 mowing schedule.
Yeah. Something that was discussed at, it
One
was
second.
brought up at the,
Michelle?
Sorry, that'll be in the fall though, right? Woven Park?
Yeah,
obviously, whenever you guys decide.
Yeah, just it's best to mow in the fall.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Still plan on getting out there to map.
You were on my notes. I'm like, are we still gonna go?
Yeah,
is that the Raven area? Yeah,
so I need to map Raymond, and I also need to map Gumpus, because, like, we need to, I do want to remove this one that we were hoping to open, but it's just too wet. So we want to remove that, and we want to put the trail over here. It is on some hiking apps, but it's not on any of our maps. So once we get that trail open, that needs to be remapped.
okay,
And
good.
then, yes, everything over at Raymond Park.
And you guys can work on that? You guys can take care of that?
Yeah,
I just,
yeah. So I'm waiting to get the trolley bed done. Right now, we're hoping for a straight shot through on the Hudson side. It might zigzag a little bit. If it does, I just want the map to correspond with, because on that map, because it's such a short section, we'll probably just show it going
Yeah.
out to Gibson Road, just so people know it's not a dead end.
Yeah,
Yeah, because some of our other maps do show the trails that go out. So once we get that,
right, and when you come to the end of that, you can go up that road a little bit and
Yeah.
take a left and jump right into the power lines, is that where?
no, actually, well,
Oh,
so
the gas lines,
you
I'm
gotta go
sorry, yeah.
straight to get to the power lines. But if you go left up the end of Gibson Road, you'll actually be able to come down Gibson Class 6 to Baldwin Hill
That's what
Class
it
6.
was, yeah.
You'll be able to do Jim's done it, you'll be able to do a very large loop all the way back to Raymond Park. So hiking on the mountain bikers are gonna love that, because there's
Yeah.
some good hill climbing and then downhill and everything else.
Nice. All right. Anything else?
Still planning. The other thing we discussed, it was brought up by one of our members about a bridge over Beaver Brook at Merriam Farm. Yeah, the trail committee was opposed to it. I personally am the only reason I'm opposed to it is I'm asking for a lot of money to maintain the trails we have.
Yeah,
So before we build a lot of new trails, we got to fix the trails we got. We need bridges, we need gravel, let's fix the wet spots.
probably have to pay
Let's
some
get
people
through
some money
that
to do
before
it,
any
yeah.
other large new trail programs come. Just right now, we got a lot to just try to maintain.
Right.
Perfect.
Well, if you get a trail, if you put a bridge over that, I mean, you're opening up, I don't know, 100 acres or more.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, that bridge is,
We need to keep some areas for
I
the
think
animals to stay
that
in.
bridge is going to be well over 100,000. So
Yeah,
that's steel, engineered,
Permitting. Yeah.
prime wetland, oh, yeah. Yeah, that just,
Anybody have any questions?
We
or-
can't use, like, where the
discussion on that?
snowmobile bridge down through Gagnon's Pit, can we get permission to go down through there with the trail and loop back on the other side?
so that is open for winter,
Yeah,
for
we already used
snowmobiles,
that,
yeah.
yeah.
So as far as hiking and stuff in the winter, I don't know what that means in the summertime.
Yeah,
Because
it's not
that's
our
actually
property.
goes through Drake, so it's
Yeah, there's a
actually
little
not
section
even,
in Drake.
Right, then you
Yeah.
pick it back up and it brings
Yeah.
it back into Pelham.
so,
But that's what the, snowmobile does in the
Yeah.
winter.
Yeah, because the problem you gotta be careful out there is, a major flood sometimes will float a bridge out of there.
so that's something, when it was Snowmobile Club, I did go out there last fall and look at it. So there's you're probably familiar with it, the original entrance to Gagnon's Pit. There's
The
a
gate's still there on 30.
So the gate's still,
Yeah.
it's actually on Mammoth Road.
Mammoth Road, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, yeah.
So I hadn't been in there, I'd never been back there. So there's a very substantial bridge, because they used to bring in
They haul the
big
gravel
dump
Yeah.
trucks
over
and
there.
everything else. That bridge is
When I grew up,
massive.
we used to go over that and go swimming there.
Bob told me during the Mother's Day flood, that bridge was 10 feet underwater.
Wow.
So if when I was out there, the water was
It's low.
10
Yeah, it's down
feet,
there.
50 feet below that.
Well, it's kind of a
so-
choke point right there.
It
For
is.
Pelham.
So-
We get flooding in Pelham and they're
Yeah.
talking about what's causing that. There's a choke point right there. But I don't know where they are with removing the dam in Drake. They've been talking about taking that,
Okay.
the one
yeah.
by Beaverbrook Mills out.
Yeah.
I don't know where that's at right now, but that would really change a lot as far as the flooding over there too.
So let me add to it. I got a call maybe a year ago from a guy was from the Drake area.
Yeah.
And he was telling me that they're supposed to take all three dams out, all three dams down. And well,
Well, they were talking about, I don't know,
There's
I don't
three
know what
of
they
them.
decided.
yeah, they were supposed to take the one at Beaverbrook, and then there's another one behind Drake at High
St.
School.
Ange Hardware, there's one right behind there too.
Yep, St. Ange Hardware, and then
Down by
there's
Strogoff's.
another one
I
by-
thought dams
the Rattling
helped
Cap, yeah.
prevent, help mitigate floodwaters.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well,
those were
Well, I think the
all-
one that was over by Beaverbrook, I mean, the one in Drake it by Owen and Ollie's, that was like a,
That was
A
a
mill.
power
That's
plant.
a
Oh,
mill.
yeah, it was a
Power
power
mill.
plant.
It's
Oh,
a mill
yeah,
pond,
yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you look at that dam now, if you would drive by last year when it was really dry, there's probably not 2 feet of water in that whole pond area. It's all silt.
It's all silt. Yeah.
So they're supposed to be, that guy was like, they're gonna be taking that down, and he was all worried about, do you know how that's gonna affect Pelham? I'm like, yeah, it'll help us move some water through. I'm like,
So, yeah, it may be a benefit for us.
yeah. I'm like, I'm not really gonna be fighting with you on this one, I don't
No,
think, buddy.
well,
And they're supposed to do it all, like as many as they can take down along the way too, so
yeah,
who knows?
yeah. So, yeah, no,
It'll be 20 years and 10 million over budget by
Yeah.
the time they finish.
Yeah.
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
all right, I think that's covered my list.
Do you guys have any, you had your hand raised about, Jim? No, you had your hand raised about that.
Doug, you touched on it, the amount of water how it rises during the flood. I think that even the All Persons Trail, the outlook at the end there,
Yeah.
that would be completely submerged.
Yeah, well, Russ Leonard lost his bridge over there a couple of times. We had to tie it off on the other side, which is close by there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that water gets right up there down in that
It
area.
does.
Yeah, so it's been a while since we've had a good flood, so.
Yeah.
But
We gotta
it will happen sooner
think
or
of
later.
that, yeah.
Michelle?
Just quick question, sorry. The bridge that, not bridge, sorry. The new path coming from the Council on Aging going around?
Yes.
Is that gonna still happen?
That, I heard about it, I don't know much about
The
it.
selectmen talked about it, Tia Rook talked about it. It's, Al Stewart
Yeah,
was talking about doing it, like a little path going around. I just know you guys said no more new paths or
I
trails.
I mean, I'm talking like town forests.
I don't think
Yeah,
I
that,
mean,
just
we
didn't
could
know-
always add trails and stuff, but
Yeah, I was just curious because.
yeah, no,
I don't know
you're
who's
you're
gonna-
absolutely
Where
right.
was that?
It's gonna go from Council on Aging behind through the funeral
Yeah.
and like make like a loop.
oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I do
it's
remember
basically
that.
kind of
Yeah.
like an inboard walkway. I don't think
Right.
that's gonna be a terrible.
just
I
curious.
I don't know
was like,
any of
is
the
that gonna
details.
happen? 'Cause
And
I
that's
know-
not our
Yeah.
property.
That's not any forest.
Yeah,
Yeah, something we,
so,
look
Okay.
after.
yeah,
They can
no.
do what they want.
Okay. I was just curious if someone asked me if
Yeah,
they're
no,
gonna be able to
you
walk
know,
across. I don't know.
minor things I'm sure will get added over time, okay,
Yeah.
but to jump
I mean,
into
the idea
another
of
very
connecting with
big,
Hudson
expensive
is
project.
pretty cool.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, that was a problem for years.
I've always said the town's great at building stuff, they're terrible at maintaining them.
Yeah,
So we gotta maintain what we got first.
Yeah.
Then we can, once we get that under control, then look at new
Yeah.
big projects, but yeah.
no, that's good.
Larry?
Larry,
Yeah, we
Jim,
had a meeting last week and I brought up the town of Rye did a report about trails for people and wildlife. And it's about the impact of all these trails on the wildlife and the forest and everything. It's on their website. They did it back in February. And it's all approved by the New Hampshire Fish and Game, the Audubon Society, Great Bay Estuary Research. But it talks about the impact. So all these trails, there's people in town, they want to connect, have trails on every single parcel, every single part of the parcel. I think we need to let these parcels be wild, instead of making new trails, like John says, we gotta maintain existing trails. I know we got two trails on our plate right now, which is the trolley bed.
Yeah.
And the trail connecting into Hudson on,
The Nesky property, yeah.
yeah, through there. So I think we should stop expanding till we get a hold of what we're doing right now.
Yeah,
I can give this to you and I'll drop it off to you and whoever wants to read it.
yeah, that'd be great. I
It's on their
appreciate it.
website, on their Conservation Commission. I heard about it on NPR, so there's a lot of people against it, but it kind of opens your eyes about the disturbance, It's a psychological effect, a behavioral effect, reproductive success, predation, all year round,
Right.
and mostly in winter when, they need to hunker down and conserve their energy. If they get disturbed, they're stressed out and breeding season too, so.
Yeah,
It's a good read.
yeah,
It's quite a book.
I read through the whole thing, and it's very, very informative.
You
Like
read
you say
it too?
about the predators, if you have a deer herd that yards up during the wintertime, and they generally stay in one spot, if you walk out there, or you drive a snowmobile near it, then it allows the coyotes to actually have easy for them to walk and get out there and to prey on them. There's a lot of things you gotta consider with that. All across the board.
Yeah, it
And
talks
we have a
about-
lot of big parcels, like really big parcels that I'd like to see kind of stay wild, In the fall time, the hunters get in there and so on, but everything's pretty much done breeding and all that.
Yeah.
It's all pretty good, but a lot of it should just kind of stay really wild. You come across a bobcat den or a coyote
I
den,
agree.
things like that, they tend to scatter, but there are some animals that will run and some animals that will stay if they're bothered, so. Something, we could maybe even talk to Mike Agnew about it, he might know something about that.
yeah, we'll talk to him, yeah, we'll talk about, that's up on the agenda coming up.
Yeah, I think we got a great network of trails right now,
Yeah,
and we don't need to spider web off and, get every little nook and cranny traveled.
right.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, if that's the case, and so you said your committee, you guys voted to not approve that, well, not being in support of a bridge going over the Beaver Brook area?
Yeah, because it's, I think, I know the top, not the Cubs, the Neofatistus property,
Yeah.
the town just bought.
Yeah,
There's a lot of ATV traffic in there. So if you connect those two parcels with a bridge, you're gonna have problems.
right,
In
we'll end up on Marion.
Marion Farm,
Yeah,
Plus, Bob Lamro was talking about the price of the bridge.
right.
know?
Well, I've been talking with Al a little bit about it. He's
Yeah.
been, poking around, I know that.
So,
I mean, if that's, if we want to entertain a motion to kind of support it not happening or moving forward with it, I don't know if anybody would be interested in that,
But
but
again, if we could work with Drake as far as using that little section, it's not that much further to walk down.
Right.
Go around the bridge that's already there and come back around to that property. It's not that much, what's that, probably
How would we access that from Marion Farm? Because we can't go through, the snowmobile trail goes through the farm area.
that's
It's off of
private
Mammoth
property.
Road, so you really don't want to disturb that during the summertime.
there's a brook down behind like Paul Marchand's in that area right there.
Like if you go down into the end of Moonshadow and in that way,
it's right in that direction. I'm trying to think of where that brook is over there, if we can get across that or not.
But you still gotta get across Gumpus Brook,
That's,
because that does come
yes.
in over there. So that would be something to think about also.
But that's not that wide down there. I don't think that's kind of a channel down there.
I was down there Monday, and Gumpus Brook was running pretty good. You had a lot of rain on Sunday. If you go all the way down to the far end, it's right there.
Vice Chair?
At this time, based on what these gentlemen had said, is, you know, the plate is full. There's a lot to do. I would table any discussions regarding any expansion over that to open up, you know, any other access to Merriam Farm, because it's good for what it is now, and it's just basically really getting established between the, you know, the garden that's there, and, you know, the all persons trail, and I wouldn't be an advocate for opening up any more egresses to that place.
It's probably kind of nice to keep that place isolated.
Absolutely,
it-
I do.
It's in its infancy right now.
Yes, correct.
You know, it's only been a year since it was done,
Yep.
less than a year, actually.
Right.
I would be the advocate of leaving it alone at this point in time.
And then have we explored any easements over private property to do something in the future? Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if, are you making a motion? or-
I'd like to make a motion that's just tabled at this point in time for any expansion into that area.
I would second that.
Yeah.
Any other discussion?
So it's just tabled, so it's not a hard no at this time. You're just saying table it.
Yeah, tabled.
Okay.
All right, I'll take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Fine.
I'll be an aye. No no's, that'll be a 5-0 vote.
Okay.
All right? So you guys, it was a 5-0 vote for you guys on your,
I believe, yes.
4.
Four?
Derek was.
Oh, Derek was
Derek was
yeah,
missing.
sorry, Derek was not there.
so wrapping up, I mean, do you have anything else to add? Are you guys
No,
finished with
that's all
it?
I got.
So I think if you can get us those bridge quotes.
I will.
I mean, so there's two things, we're gonna have some money coming in from, we'll talk about the timber harvest that we're gonna do, but that won't be until the, fall sometime. And, I know that the Conservation Commission is, that new ballot initiative
Yeah.
that passed, there might be an opportunity to, put a presentation together for them.
Yeah.
They have a subcommittee right now that I know they're still ironing out how they're going to, give the money out or, so I think, and I'm on conservation and so are you. So I think, let's see how they work it out.
All right.
And if it's something that we're not gonna do until the fall, anyway, maybe the gravel, maybe that's something we can, approach and put together a presentation and we can go in front of conservation and,
Well, let's talk about the bridge quotes, and then you
Yeah.
guys, once you get them, give me some feedback if you need anything requoted.
yeah,
Why don't we, if you're okay with it, why don't we try conservation with all the bridges?
I have no problem, trying and, seeing what it is.
Let's get that path,
Yeah.
now that we have that ability, let's see if we can get that pathway open. So we
Yeah,
can-
I think if you put together a presentation like you just did, but make sure we get the bridge quotes out ahead of time so everybody can look at it. We'll try to get some additional quotes, throw it out there for public. And, see if some other people want
Yeah,
to come
and then
in.
bring it before conservation, because if they approve
Yeah.
what you guys approve,
Yep.
that's,
Yeah, because I think after we do this timber harvest in the fall, we have 2 more right behind it.
yeah.
And, that should flush us up pretty good and
Yeah.
kind of get back to normal with things.
Yeah,
which
so
would
I'll
be
work
great.
on gravel quotes and I'll get you the bridge quotes.
Perfect.
All right?
All right, boys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the update.
You're welcome.
You guys are good? No other questions for them? No. Thank you. All right, so, on to agenda item number 2.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll take it. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
So on agenda item number 2, so on Tuesday, or I think it was Wednesday morning, I received the quotes back. I emailed them to everybody for the 4 quotes that we got for the timber harvest over at Calitri and Moose Pond Conservation Area. Did everybody have a chance to look at it? And I'll kind of go through it. I ended up talking to Eric Radloff, our forester, because, I'm, several years into this position, but I really haven't been involved deep with the timber harvest. So, he helped me out. And, we got a lot of new members here too, so we can talk about how it all worked out. So, and if you guys have any questions along the way, just, interrupt me, but I'll go through. So I asked him, I said, it's 4 different quotes. It's pretty, 3 of them were all almost the same and one was pretty much higher. I had to, I asked him explain to me why one is so much different than the other. His explanation was, so the innovative timber harvesting LLC. They're a, big company who, because they do so much work, they get premium pricing with the lumber yards. They don't keep it all. They kind of pass it off to their landowners. So, if they want a job, they can bid it enough where they can, if they want it, they're going to get it. I talked with Eric about the companies, and, he said, I can't tell you and you guys what to do, and I'm only one vote. He goes, but, my suggestion would be to go with the highest one. It's a great company. He's worked with them for years. What he did explain to me, and Doug, I want you to chime in on this. So he said that 31,112.81, which is the cost that they put together on the bid. It includes the construction of the 2 landings. And so what happens is that was the quote they put together. They'll go out there, they'll do their timber harvest. And then after they get the timber harvest finished, Doug, tell them what happens.
So they're gonna go out there and, cut the trees the way they want. And what they're bidding on, like, I'm looking at this one right here. And this one is, I'm not sure which one this is on, but say 12,780 board feet is estimated to be in there. That's what the forester goes in and estimates.
Yep.
But say they go in there and all the butt logs are all rotted. They don't get the timber out of there, they don't get the board footage out of there. You're gonna end up with a little bit less because they're not getting the timber value out of there. But if, they could be off on their scale a little bit, they could do better than what they thought they could in there, you're gonna get a little bit more out of there because it's based on the truckload gets shipped to the mill scales it to how many board feet are on there, and that's what they get paid on is the board feet or the ton, whatever they're selling. So it all depends on the scale going to the mill as far as that goes.
Yeah. So Eric also, he said, the 31,112 is exactly what Doug just mentioned. And he said after they send it to the mill, it could fluctuate a couple $1,000s one way or the other. They might be off on a longer board and they'll give you the extra money. So if we agree to one of these quotes, what will happen is I'll reach out to the forester tomorrow, or if we agree to it tonight, he will let them know. They will put together, he said it's anywhere from 6 to 8 pages, kind of like a itemized breakdown of what their plan is, what they're gonna do, how they're gonna build things, what they're gonna prevent, what they're gonna fix, after they're done. And then they would send us a check for 10% of the quoted amount, the 31,112. And that check will go directly to the town, and that'll get deposited into our funds. Then what'll happen is they'll go do the timber harvest. They'll go, they'll finish, get their money, numbers back, and then once they're finished, they will then send us a check for the remaining balance on it. If it goes up or down a little bit, they'll let us know. And then what happens after that, we still owe the forester. So if you go to I gave you guys all the budget. So the only 2 items I left on here was, to do the Calitri timber harvest, we approved $9,000 for that. And then on the Moose Pond timber harvest, we originally approved $6,000, but we scaled it back and we by $2,500. So that ends up being $3,500. So what'll happen is we've already made payments on it. We still owe the forester $3,750 and $1,000 for a total of $4,750. So after we get the first check and then we get the second check, then Eric will send me an invoice for the finished, and then we'll cut checks out of that. So if my numbers are right and nothing changes from the 31,112.81, we will end up getting a deposit of $26,362. And then, so from the timber harvest, it cost us, $9,000 plus the $3,500. Ultimately, we would net about $18,600, after what we paid him. Again, if these numbers don't change at all. But what we'll end up getting deposited into our account would be 26 and change, which would be a nice addition to our budget. Considering we have, about 15.5, left over. So, I know that was a lot. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. So out of the 4 bidders we have here.
Yeah.
Innovative Timber Harvesting is the highest one.
Yep.
And if you look at the other 3, I'll just take Black Scarlet Oak, for instance. They're looking at 435 board feet or ton from Innovative, and the other 3 are all around 250. And that kind of goes down the line for all of them. It seems like Innovative, their numbers are a little bit higher. So are they're just cutting what's marked? Or are they
Just what's
scaling it,
marked,
are
but
they
they-
scaling it different?
You know, sometimes when you haul a lot of wood into a mill, they're
Yeah.
gonna pay you top dollar for it. The little guy gets, you know, you squeak a load in here and there, but they rely on a lot of the big guys to feed them, so they pay top dollar on those big guys.
It just seems like the amount, it's a higher amount of like board foot ton for Innovative than the other 3.
Per ton.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
they're getting better money for it, and maybe they got a cheaper way to truck it, which I don't know, see where that would come from.
All right.
Yeah. Well, Eric kind of explained it that they're a big company, and because they fill these mills up so much that the mills will give them more money.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Just wanna
one of
be
the
clear on that.
bids is HHP, Hennecker Hardwood Products, that's actually a mill bidding on this.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was also asking, so if you look at the final 2, and one of them was
Just to
Hennecker.
let you know, I didn't get one of those.
Oh, you didn't?
Take a look, you can look right on.
Yeah, you guys share it. I thought I printed up enough.
We're lost without Danielle, huh?
I know, we really are.
We miss
We'll
you,
tell her no
Danielle.
more. She's not allowed to take any time off. No, I did ask, because I noticed on the final 2 quotes from round 2 timber and HHP that there was no landing cost. And I said, geez, how come there's no landing cost? Could that come back? And he said, no, what they pay and, for their logs, they just kind of build it into the price. So he's like, it's not an additional cost or anything like that. So,
Excuse me, Mr. Chair.
Sure.
As this, we have these discussions and this is in motion, and which is great. Will we be maybe working, with the preferred vendor here to do this? Will we be going out the site just to kind of verify, the log landing? Because, there's a lot of, there's residents over there.
right.
And we got to be empathetic to that, and we kind of want them to maybe be as not as intrusive as possible. Sometimes we've seen big log landings, we've seen small conservative ones.
Yeah.
Based on these 2 parcels almost being across the street from each other,
Not almost, they are.
they are.
Yeah.
So, I mean, does that mean we're going to get 2 giant parking lots on each side of the road to do so, or can we do it with one?
No, you can't skid it across the road.
I kind of didn't
Yeah.
answer what I was saying on that, but in doing so, we just want is minimum impact to those areas.
Yeah, so once we get that 6 to 8 page contract, and you can
Yeah.
chime in on this, Doug, is, we can read through it, and if we want to add things to it, it could cost money, which could come off of our bottom line, but we do have the ability to, like, for example, it's probably already written in there, but he was giving me, because I did ask him about that. And, if you have a rock wall areas, like, I know your town is very, like, they want the rock walls put back the way they were.
Yeah, I'd like to see him put back.
Yeah,
it's
and he
no-
goes, if it's not in your contract and you say, hey, we want that rock wall put back together, they'll kind of redo everything and, there'll be an added cost to that. If it's not already in there. So I think once we, if we approve, moving forward with one of these and then we get the contract, so if we go with the top one, he figures that they'll want to get in there, right at the end of the summer, beginning of fall. They're going to try and go in as soon as they can. So, it'll give us a meeting or 2 to be able to look at that contract and kind of make some changes on it. And, but, so when they go out there to bid, it's almost like a foreclosure house. Like, they show up, they were there last Tuesday, and they all walk in and, they look and see the area. So I'm assuming that the landings, they probably know exactly where they want them. And, because I don't think it'd be a good idea to have 2 giant parking lots there either. But, but I also think that there's
You
only
can
so much you can
actually
do.
they'll build the landings, they use them as they want to. Maybe leave one open, you could actually put some rocks, but, you might want to leave the landing there because you're going to harvest it again.
Right. Yep. So,
And it's all dug up there anyways. If you look at the left side, it's all dirt piled like over that hump to get in
Yeah,
there.
right. Yeah,
Even the
left
other one,
side.
it's all dirt and rocks pushed up, so it's really, wasn't graded right anyways.
Yeah, I mean, there's a gate on the other side, on that one side, and, you know, who knows what it'll look like after that, you know, it might be an open area, but if they do, you know, we can ask them to take rocks or, you know, just to have one little opening for it so you can get it in and out of there with, you know, snowmobiles and your groomer. You know, and put the gate back up if you need to, but, you know, I'm not sure how it'll look, but,
But wait, like you said, we've got some meetings in between.
Yeah.
Execution of it, and I
Yeah.
think that would be good to get down there and identify if we have to move the gate at this point in time. Work with the, you know, the trail folks and so forth, the
Yeah.
subcommittee to maybe do so. And, you know, so, you know, we don't drastically change
yeah,
the fabric of what's going on over there between those houses and so forth.
right. No, I don't think Doug or Michelle, you guys were on our board, so,
I went on the site walk when you guys were talking about it.
yeah, no, so what we did, so one of the problems we always have is like neighbors, you know, like everybody, just they hate them because it just looks like a bomb went off in there. So I had like a pretty significantly big vinyl sign made, and you know, you have like a
I have a backing we can put
yeah,
on.
backing. And we were gonna just put it up there, you know, maybe, you know, a month or two before they go there. It's got a, you know, a little explanation on it. It's got a QR code, so if someone has a phone, they can just click on it. Brings you right to like, what is a timber harvest? Because, you know, like on Sherburne Road, I couldn't even tell you how many calls we got about, like, how many houses are they putting there? And, you know,
Yeah,
so
what's
if we
going on?
can,
People don't know what's going on.
yeah, I mean, like anything, it's a, you know, it's an NIMBY thing, and you want to know what's happening.
The
good thing
sign idea is a very good idea, though.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about those two areas, though,
Yeah,
is
right there.
it's right. There's not a lot of houses on the back side of it, you know, because one side of it's Drake,
Yeah.
which is like really down the hill. So there's, you know, I don't think it'll be like a too invasive.
Yeah, it's just a neighborhood.
Same with
right there.
Moose
It's not
Pond.
like
Yeah.
there's traffic going by there.
Yeah,
all the
because
time.
on the other side, like Moose Pond goes down, and
Yeah.
then, I mean, it goes way
When they're
way
in,
up.
they're going to be in, and it's
You're not
gonna
going to
be an
see
issue.
anything. Yeah. So it'll be good. We'll get some sunlight down in the valley a little bit,
Yeah.
which will help dry it up a little. And while the skidders are in there, I mean, we can help them. I mean, a lot of those guys he was saying are, you know, their snowmobilers, and they run around in the trails. And while the skidders in there, they can help kind of manicure some of your trail areas and stuff like that. Because that area in Calitri is beautiful.
Yeah, the trails were actually pretty deep.
They're beautiful up there for riding. Yeah, really nice. So, and Moose Pond, I mean, me and Ray, you can attest to it.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of threw that development in and said, good luck, figure out something.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
We
yeah.
did, but it was like we're in the winter in the wet valley.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Any other questions about anything, or? I felt like I covered everything. I mean, if you guys have any questions, you know, reach out to Eric. He's pretty, you know, open for questions or whatever. But if somebody would like to make a motion to accept one of these bids, I am open to listen.
Yeah, we might as well go through with it and get it done with. And try
Yep.
it out.
Yeah, I think waiting, I mean, talking with Eric too, you know, waiting on it really helped out because the market really bounced back.
I'm
a lot.
noticing I'm able to move stuff better now. For
Yeah.
a while there, I couldn't hardly get anything moved.
Yeah. Yeah, even like the pines moving and stuff, like everything's
Slowing
moving
down
right
for the summer, but
now. Yeah.
So it's kind of a good thing that we waited on this and.
Yeah, I mean, you know, even Eric was, you know, he was unsure with the tariffs, and you know, then we hit a wall in the fall. So I mean, it works out. So, but yeah, can someone make a motion?
yeah, I say we make a motion to accept the bid of the 31,000 from Innovative Timber Harvesting.
All right.
I'll second that.
All right. Any other discussion? If not, I'll take a vote. I'll go Doug,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Yes.
Michelle, Jim,
Yes.
and I'm a yes. So that'll be a 5-0 vote. So we will move forward on that. All right. Quick update. So Peabody and Gumpus area, I talked to Eric. He's not done with his forest management plans. He hopes to have them within the next month or so. I think he said he has Peabody almost done, and no, Peabody might be very close to done. Gumpus, he still has a little bit of work to do. But he hopes to have them within the next 30 to 45 days. So it'll be good to kind of line up another one, you know, right after that, kind of stay on track and
Yeah.
you know, do that. I'll pass along any information I get from him about them. ahead of time if we get them. Anything on that?
That's good.
Thank you.
All right. So I had reached out to all of you and just kind of confirmed. So Mike Gagnon, who is, we've all heard of him from UNH Extension. I've been trying to get him to get together with us and, line up a time where we can get together as a group and open it up to the public. And we're gonna meet down at Merriam Farms. It'll be Monday, June 1st, between 2 and 5 p.m. I will talk, I'm gonna try and reach him tomorrow, but I'm gonna put a site walk out, cause I have to make it public notice. So I'm gonna put it out there tomorrow for June 1st, between 2 and 5 p.m. I plan on meeting at Merriam Farm at 2 o'clock. I think on the agenda, I'll try to put something together is, there's been a lot of activity over there over the last, 5 or 6 years. And it would be good just to get an idea, like a fresh look at things. We got the community garden there now. We got the all-persons trail. You got like 2 bluebird sanctuaries. We have that area you guys just cleared out with the, glossy buckthorn, which is a hill with a lot of rocks. And he might look at it, with a bigger parking lot, with the, where we, at the front of it. So I just think, he's a great resource. He doesn't charge us anything to go down there. And I think it'd be good that we all, have some questions ready for him. We'll walk the area, take his suggestions in, throw suggestions at him. And then, we can then, at our next meeting, discuss everything and put together, have an open mind. Let's see what he says.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, because Jim and I were talking, as far as trying to mow that whole hill all the top, and that knob is not worth the town doing that for what's up there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all rocky and it's uneven.
It's not a field area, that's
Yeah,
let it grow into woods.
it'd be a nice buffer for the residents on
Yeah.
Moon Shadow also.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys wouldn't mind while we're just kind of talking about that area, what can you, maybe tell the public what you guys did, what you found out, and
Oh, as far as when we went and mowed
yeah,
that?
when you guys went down there.
Well, I started going in there and I'm looking at the neighbors' houses too, and it's like, you want to separate the people on the trail from the houses. So I saved some of the natural trees that are growing there. There was quite a few trees in there, some cherry trees, birch trees and stuff. It's like, why mow these down? Because it's never gonna be a field. It's always too rocky to do anything with.
I noticed there's a
So-
lot of stumps there too, not
A
just
lot
rocks.
of stumps,
Yeah.
rocks, but it's a nasty piece of ground right in there.
Yep.
Now, I think there was it invasive trees before?
No, there were red pine that had disease. That's why they cut
Yes.
them down.
Okay.
That's a type of disease, so.
All
Well,
right.
red pine isn't a habitat around here. They were planted
They
for
were
pole
planted
pines,
at
yeah.
some point,
It's
so.
really not a good habitat. That's why they took all them all out of there.
Yeah. So the stuff you left though, that's all natural stuff?
It's
All
all
native.
Yeah, native
Native
trees.
Michelle?
What is that square that's staked? I meant to ask.
So we were trying an experiment. I grubbed out the roots of the glossy buckthorn.
Yeah.
Jim's gonna rototill it. We're thinking about putting like a mat down, like a tarp or something. Then we're talking about putting some raspberries in there with some matting down. And we're gonna kind of experiment to see if that'll keep the buckthorn from growing back up.
Yeah,
That should kind of choke it out right there. If that does it, we may maybe try a few other areas doing that.
Because the other areas you just scarfed it, right?
Mowed it, which is just gonna grow up again, but by pulling the roots out and putting something over that, it should choke it out.
yeah, time
So
will
it's-
tell, right?
Little experimental area.
Yeah.
It's just a small, like 20, 25.
No, I just saw the stakes. I just
Yeah.
forgot to ask.
And across the center of the field, that other area that I got mowed down, that was like all glossy buckthorn.
Yep.
Except for a few blueberry bushes. I don't know if there's anything we can do with that or just leave it. I mean, maybe we could plant lilac bushes in there or something. Maybe
Yeah,
something
that'd
could
be
take
cool,
over. It would be nice for the all-persons trail and so on, because it's right adjacent to that, so.
Yeah.
There's gotta be something we can do to keep that.
Oh, you
glossy
get blueberries,
buckthorn
you
at
have
bay.
some raspberries, they can snack on the way in, they can do some grazing.
Yeah, why not? What it's all about.
Yeah.
No, that'd be good to see how, if that works. I mean, there are, herbicides and pesticides you can put down, but with you growing food there and stuff like that, it's probably something we want to.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would like to avoid it as much as, if you guys don't mind trying some areas and see if we can, if that area is, we do let that kind of grow and trees grow there, maybe it kind of dampens that canopy, which
Well, the canopy that's gonna start is gonna be your birch and cherries, which are all grown, and some of those are probably already, 10 feet tall?
Yeah.
They're gonna come up
Pretty
pretty,
good size.
they're gonna come up pretty quick, and that's gonna shade out a lot of the buckthorn and choke it out, so.
Yeah.
That's kind of the theory we had behind that.
Yeah. Excellent. So,
And
yeah,
we can talk
thanks.
to, Mike Gagnon about that also.
Yeah, see what his thoughts are. I mean, I think lilacs would be cool, blueberries would be cool, you know, especially when they're in bloom, like, if
Yeah.
you're walking the trail, I mean, there's nothing like pulling some fresh ones or blackberries or something like that. That's awesome. So anyway, 2:00 on Monday, Merriam Farms, I will send out a reminder to everybody, okay?
All right.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and like I said, we'll open it up to the public. Could be a lot of people, could be the 5 of us, or plus him, so we'll go from there. Number 5, tree of the month. We've been trying to, this will be the 3rd month on this. So I asked Jim and I said, what would you think would be a good tree of the month? And I'll let you go from here, Jimmy.
Yeah, this month I chose the black gum tree. It's a very interesting tree, and from what I've learned, it is the oldest tree in New Hampshire.
Really?
Yep. Up at anywhere from 700 to 900 years old.
Wow.
Pretty much the whole Northeast.
Do they
And it's
last
right in
that?
southern New Hampshire.
They don't last that long. They've just been around for that long.
These are trees that have been alive for that long.
Wow.
What?
That's right.
Yep, still alive. You can
Yep,
tell
still
it's a big old tree too. in the picture.
Really?
Yep.
Are there any known around here that you know of?
I know what, I have some on my own property.
Really? Are they big?
No, they're not that big, but I know where there's one in Pelham that's probably, I would say at least 24 inches. It's big.
Wow.
I bet you it's more than 24 inches across.
You see a lot of them in your work?
I don't
these
see a
days?
lot, but I know where there is a bunch, because I know some landowners want me to take them down. It's like, no, you don't want to take these trees down.
They're
because
ancient.
They're ancient, but they're also a very rugged, healthy tree, and nice shade tree.
Even at that age, huh?
Well, the ones they have are probably, 75, 80 years old. I mean, they're probably 18, 20 inches in diameter.
Yeah.
I've had to cut down a couple of them right off of Sherburne Road. That's where I run into them, in that area over there off Sherburne Road.
Yeah, exactly.
All done by Jones Road, all the way up into Marie Ave, all through there. There's like a section through there, and which is not too far from your place.
Yeah, they like a wet area.
Yeah.
They can actually be like adjacent to a vernal pool, or right in a vernal pool area. Like they really like a wet area. So it's a very unique tree, actually. The one the paperwork that I gave you guys, that tree is approximately 700 years old.
No way.
And it's only about 80 something feet tall. I think I'm doing it by memory because I gave you guys all my paperwork.
Oh, gee.
But maybe only 80 something feet tall, and the canopy spread is only maybe 60 something feet.
And that tree is in Epping, I think it said? Is that,
Yeah, it's in Epping. Yeah, one of them.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not the
well,
oldest one. I think the oldest one, they always just said it was in Rockingham County. They wouldn't give the information
don't
where it
want
was. They didn't
people
want people going to it.
But I was up at Fox Forest on May 9th, I believe. I went to a chestnut meeting up there. We can talk about that later. But I was talking to a gentleman up there. He was talking. They actually have a forest up there that has a lot of black gums in it. And they said there's one in New Hampshire that could be. They cored it, and it's 900 years old,
Oh, my God.
which is pretty interesting.
That's unbelievable.
And it's not a very big tree in circumference. It just happened to maybe grow in a shaded area and just grew very slow.
And I've cut some up, and it's a very dense wood. I used to think they were white oak, and when I was cutting Marie Ave, actually, that's when the guy explained what they were. I didn't realize what they were back then.
Yeah, but the leaf is so much different than
Yeah.
an oak tree. It's more of an.
That's why
oval
I
type.
asked him,
Yeah.
what kind of tree is this? And he explained what it was, and they used to actually cut those and sell them.
Are there any animals or habitat that enjoys it?
There's
Like,
berries and some birds will eat the berries off the female trees.
yeah. Do they drop like seedlings off? Is that their?
It must be
think-
there.
yeah, yeah.
They drop their seeds with the berries.
And actually, I guess the flower is, the bees like it. And actually, that's a tupelo tree. It's a tupelo family. And tupelo honey.
Yeah.
It's not a black gum, but there's a type of tupelo. That's where they get the tupelo honey from, which is a really sweet honey.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we have a lot of them right in Pelham, and
But it's all in that one section, all up through Sherburne Road and over towards your area there.
yeah.
Wow. Very interesting. Anything else on it?
What
do you think next
Any
month?
questions? You all
That's
read it,
pretty
I guess.
cool.
Yeah.
Money tree.
The money tree?
No, those are black walnuts.
Well, if there are any over in Moose Pond and Caliche that are,
Spider.
I'd like to see them, just stay away from 'em, I guess. We could probably.
I didn't notice any over there.
There are some wet areas in there, though.
Yeah,
I don't know how close.
but
they
I've
are.
walked through there a couple times. I didn't see any black gums over there.
No, it's great. Do you have a tree you want next month, or you want to think about it?
Yeah, I'll
Or
think about
anybody.
it. I haven't thought about anything yet, so
All right.
got a whole month.
No, it's good. So we'll pick another one for next month. Again, I gave you guys, I kind of touched on it real quick, but financial report. So normally I was carrying one that was 24 and 25, and then it just started, getting so long. So I just kind of started fresh. So I'll just go over it real quick if you guys don't mind.
On one page.
So the beginning balance, if you look at the top, was 27,262.80. So that number came to me on February 27th, and that's from Ed Gleason, who he's the head of our trustee. So I had reached out to him in March, and at the time the new balance wasn't out yet. So he just said, hey, continue to use that number, which is fine. It's going to grow a little bit, depending upon the market. And it probably went down a little bit at the beginning of March, but I'm sure it's, exploded since, the market's been pretty great. So, and then what I did was, I have old reports, but I really just wanted to add on here, basically what we had still for expenses, that were approved but not spent. And I already went over. So the only two things we still had on here was the remaining balances on Moose Pond and Caliche. And I went over that earlier. So we still owe $37.50 and $1,000. And then, right now for the Compass and Peabody South management plans, we still at some point owe $49.19. So that's, that money is appropriated, not spent yet. And then the only other additional money that we have, and I haven't received any receipts yet, is going to be for the work that Jim and Doug did over at Merriam Farm for the, was it glossy buckthorn? Yeah. So when you guys are finished, or when you guys have the receipts, just if you get invoices, send them over to me, and I'll make sure you get paid for that. So, so if you take that 27,262.80, carry that over to what we have approved, not spent, which is 11,669. We have a balance, give or take 15,593.80 for those listening at home. And again, once we will actually get an injection of cash from the timber harvest from Moose Pond and Caliche, which will, again, depending upon the numbers, maybe boost it up about, $25,000. And, after we pay Eric, but, we do still have some expenses for the other timber harvest. And again, based on the schedule, we'll see what's next and, kind of get that in line. So, any questions?
No, it's good.
All right?
Thank
So, yeah, just if you can give me those invoices, we'll get you guys paid. All right. And that's it that I have. The only, I don't have it on the agenda, but I did email you guys that there is a, a tree farm that we have over in Raymond that needs like an annual report every few years. They picked us this year. So I talked to Eric. It's a couple $100. He's going to go out there and, check it out. I said, when you're in the, he's not sure when, but I said, hey, when you're doing it, if you're in the area, like, let me know, because maybe if we have some questions, we can hook up with you. You're already in the area getting paid. So he was like, yeah, no problem at all. So if if he remembers to tell me, and he sends me that invoice, we'll take care of that, with our expenses. So it's something we have to get done. Doesn't have to be done till the end of the year.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'll probably get to it in a few months.
Excellent.
So that's all I have on the agenda for new business. Walk-in items, I will start. Michelle, none?
Nothing today.
Jim, do you have
Yeah, I
any
got a
walk-in
couple.
items?
So I mentioned earlier, I went on May 9th to the TACF, the American Chestnut Foundation meeting, the
Yep.
New Hampshire chapter. It was up at Fox Forest, and it was very informative. I probably spent about 4 hours up there with them. And I know we had come in front of the board prior,
Yep.
maybe last year or a year and a half ago, we were talking about maybe get some chestnut trees established and, while talking to these guys, they'd be more than happy to get us some trees.
Oh,
At
really?
no cost, which would be good. So I'm
Yeah.
working on that right now.
So do they give you,
They will actually
cheese
give us
that are, oh,
seedlings.
they're already started,
Yeah,
okay,
little
yeah.
seedlings, yeah. It wouldn't be a lot, maybe a couple dozen to start with, but I would like to just run it by the board. Maybe we need to find a place to put them. That would be a start, maybe Merriam Farm or someplace. we
Yeah,
can
there's a
keep an eye
rocky
on,
knoll down there, it'd be perfect.
You know?
What's that?
That rocky knoll we'd mowed would be perfect for that.
Yeah, I could intermix them with the other native trees and see how that works.
Yeah.
And also, I had mentioned to them about maybe starting a chestnut orchard. That's a little more complicated. They would have to come down and actually look at the parcels that we manage in town and find out which parcel is best for that. But it's also very involved with fencing and so on. So that's something I could get back to you with more information in the future, and we can discuss it as a group and see where that goes.
I was checking out their website, and I think I'm gonna, become a member just because it, it helps them out too,
yeah,
because
good
for
stuff.
the annual fees. But I believe if you become a member, they will offer you like some free trees.
They do.
Yeah. So if anybody's
You know,
interested, I can send a link.
for
I think it's like
fencing-
$45 a year.
She went to that walk in the forestry cut there, and they were taking all the brush, and they were lying all the brush in the tops in the trees they wanted to protect.
Right.
That would probably be a good thing to do with the chestnuts. Plant them and leave all the brushy stuff like from a cut if we do a harvest someplace.
So like Moose Pond and Calitri say, there's some slash and things we could maybe bundle
Yeah,
up
leave
and-
some slash there that you
use
could put the trees in the middle that the deer aren't gonna wanna go in there for
Because
that
the
Some
reason.
of it was like 10 feet tall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They were- it was
Yeah, that's
pretty high.
big.
Yeah.
I guess the deer really like to eat them when they're younger.
Oh, really?
They like to grouse on them, so.
yeah.
So we gotta keep an eye on that. But if we can make it work, that'd be a great thing to introduce into the town.
Yeah, you've had the passion for a while, which I
Yeah.
think is pretty cool.
Because up on the Sherburne Hill area,
There were some.
there's a ton of them that grow out there out of the old stumps. But they only get to maybe 4 to 6 inches in diameter, and the blight gets them, and that's it.
Yeah. And there's nothing you can do about the blight?
Nothing at all. They're working on it. They're
Yeah.
crossbreeding them and doing a lot of stuff. That's a pretty complicated thing to discuss, I guess, at this point.
Boy, that was pretty devastating for the whole country as far as what happened
yeah.
there. Especially like Appalachia, the people relied on that stuff for food so much.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
what
said
the-
there could have been over 1 billion
On
trees
chestnuts,
that
Really?
that supported families through the winter.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, they would feed their pigs with them.
yeah.
Do you know where the blight came from?
China. They brought trees over, yeah.
Yeah, it was some shrubs or something they were bringing over that,
There's something came,
yeah.
Any other walking
Yeah, I got
items?
a couple things. I was over at Merriam Farm. I had to mow around the community garden.
Oh, you mowed too? Did you mow too?
I mowed.
Oh, I mowed.
I mowed around everything you did, and I mowed around the perimeter of the garden itself,
Okay.
because I had to do some work on it, and I also mowed the bluebird sanctuary for Roger. And I went over to the turtle pond, and I just mowed that one little trail around the turtle pond. Because I talk to, every time I'm out there, I talk to a lot of people. Everybody loves to walk around that turtle pond.
Really?
I get great feedback from everyone, and they love it. So, and they're really concerned about ticks. Almost everybody has a dog out there. So, everybody I talk to, 100% of them love that little trail. And it's not a big trail.
Yeah.
It's only 7 feet wide. And so I just kind of keep that mowed down so people can walk around. Because they don't just utilize the all-persons trail. They use like the whole area. They like to walk around.
Sorry. Are we gonna keep them off the field, so? So that
Well,
stuff
you're
can-
never going to keep them off. People are going
If
to
it
do what they're going to
grows,
do.
they'll stay out because of the ticks.
Well, the people are gonna do what they're gonna do. If they're gonna walk out there, they're gonna walk out there. But we have that road that comes in from, that we mow to get to the community garden to maintain it. So that's always gonna be open from Moon Shadow.
Okay.
So,
But
as far
around
as-
like, did you mow like over near the
no,
well?
I just did one little section just around that turtle pond. That's it.
Okay.
Just so people
But
can
no,
walk
like
around
the,
it.
the community garden where I mowed?
I mowed around that too, yeah.
Are
I
we
did.
gonna-
I mowed up to the well. I mowed
So we're
around
gonna
the
have
tree.
access
I got
coming
rid of,
that way?
I got rid of all the invasive,
Knotweed?
the vines there.
Bittersweet.
The bittersweet. I got rid of all that. That's up against that oak tree. That was really taking hold. There's bittersweet everywhere in that area. It's just it's everywhere. So yeah, I did. I mowed all around that area because I don't know. I don't think it's feasible for someone with their garden to walk over to the all-persons trail, down to the wood line, and then back over to the well. I think they should just have a straight shot.
You don't think they should come in from where they park? grab their water and then walk to the thing?
Well, no, they're gonna come in and they're gonna go to the well and they're gonna make a run to their garden. It's a straight run, right across there.
So right behind where I have the raised beds?
It would be between the raised beds and the oak tree. It's a straight shot, the straightest shot possible for them to walk through.
Okay. But it's
we-
not
we
all
don't-
clear cut down there? You didn't like clear cut like all over there?
No, it's just around the garden itself, just
Okay.
around the garden, yeah.
So am I gonna keep mowing it, push mowing it?
Whenever it grows up, if you wanna go over there and mow it.
That's why I'll keep it maintained by
Yeah,
push
sure.
mowing it.
Because last year I had to go back there maybe 3 times and mow. Because the two people that had the
Right,
gardens there,
who
they
were
wanted to
upset.
keep
That's
that
why I
mowed.
figured I'd
They were
make
afraid of
Pats.
ticks and so on,
Yep.
so just
I'll
gonna
keep Pats up.
keep that open for them.
Do you bring them all down or you keep one there somewhere?
I just throw it in my truck and then
All right.
load it back. It's only like 50 pounds when it has gas and then it's lighter when I leave.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I just carry a,
It's lighter when I leave.
Yeah,
It puts like that much gas in it.
yeah, it's lighter. I don't know. And I bring my weed whacker and go around the
Yeah,
benches.
good, yeah, thank you. And one more thing, over the winter time, I actually took a course with a Hillsborough County Cooperative Extension, and I got my pesticide license and my herbicide license.
Nice.
I meant to mention that at the last meeting, but I forgot about it, so
Very cool.
there you go.
I'm
That's
sure
it
you
for
got a
me.
lot to learn from that.
Oh, yeah,
How was the testing?
testing was tough.
Really?
But they were very good teachers. The two ladies that taught us were very, very good. I learned a lot. I learned an awful lot about PPE, protective equipment, to keep yourself safe from it, to keep your workers safe from it, and how to apply it correctly, and what times to apply it. So it was very good. I basically got it from my orchard, so I could take care of that. But
Nice.
so now I have it, and that's it.
So if we need invasives taken care of, we know somebody.
Right, right. We'll make sure to get you in the bid, so we don't want to upset anybody.
I'm all forbidden. Legally, we got a bid.
Right.
It's a legal thing.
Anything else?
That's it for me.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
All right.
No, my questions have been answered.
All right.
My questions have been answered.
Mr. Vice Chair, nothing
Just me
else?
this week, huh?
I have 2 things to go over. So one, I got a couple of text messages from people that were walking around in Peabody, and I think it was maybe Herbie Ivers, which not a lot of people go to.
It's a rough hike up.
But they sent me a bunch of photos of like all the, the pink lady slip of flowers are everywhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of them out right
Yeah.
now. They're everywhere.
So I don't know if the environment just was like, perfect storm for them, but yeah, it just said that, if you're out there's a lot of them out there.
I believe they only bloom every 3 years or something like that.
Yeah, and I think we're in that bloom for it, yeah. And then the only other thing I was asked to do, so on your calendar, on June 25th, there's going to be something called, I didn't write this, a celebration of love, legacy, and bluebirds honoring William, Bill, and Joyce McDevitt at Celebration Park. So, a number of different people warmly invites the community to gather at Celebration Park on Thursday, June 25th for a heartfelt dedication of the Bluebird Sanctuary at Celebration Park in honor of William, Bill McDevitt, and his wife Joyce. I heard a little bit of the backstory that they had went over to, Joyce McDevitt's house, and the daughters were, the family was there. They just got back from a trip from Maine, and they wanted to let her know that they were going to do this for her, and the family was just like, wow, they were blown away. For Joyce, she loves this town as much as her husband did, and to be invited into something, because a lot of the memories have, kind of been towards Bill, so, it really stuck with her, which was great. So I'll just read a little bit. The gathering will be at 6:30 p.m. with time to socialize, visit with friends and neighbors, and enjoy light appetizers, non-alcoholic beverages provided by the Pelham Council on Aging. The dedication program will begin at 7 o'clock, expected to last approximately an hour. If Roger Montblow talks, it'll probably be 2 hours, just so everybody knows. All right. Oh, here we go. The dedication is being organized by Roger Montblow, Pelham's own Mr. Bluebird, longtime leader of the local Bluebird effort. Roger's love for bluebirds, wildlife, community stewardship has helped make Celebration Park not only a place for beauty, but a place where nature is welcome, protected, and celebrated. It is especially fitting that the Bluebird Sanctuary will honor Bill and Joyce McDevitt. Goes on with, obviously, Bill has done so much for the town. Talks a lot about Joyce was Bill's side through the life rooted in family service and love. Together, Bill and Joyce represented the kind of enduring devotion that strengthens both family and community. Honoring them together at Celebration Park feels deeply meaningful because this park was created for exactly this purpose, to remember, to celebrate, and to let love continue to grow in the living landscape. Bill and Joyce were among the founding forces behind the original Pelham Spirit Group during the planning stages of the town's 250th celebration. Together, they helped cultivate Pelham's strong community culture and laid important groundwork for what has since grown into the Pelham Community Spirit Group. Today, that group remains at the heart of Pelham, helping keep the town connected, bringing younger and older generations together in the very best spirit of small town life. Their early vision continues to live on in every event, gathering an active services strengths in our sense of community. So, if you're available and you can make it, it'd be great. I'd love to see the whole board there if you guys can make it, or, anybody who can make it, it'd be great. I went to, they had it was like an induction for a bunch, locals, like best teachers, best, dedication to a man and woman in town,
Oh, the VFW.
the VFW, yeah, you were there, yeah.
No, I was.
Oh, no, you
Like-
were, I saw you, yeah,
Yeah, Deborah.
that's right, you weren't there. But, I think you ended up going with
Oh, I went with
Yeah, you were there with.
your granddaughter, right?
with Renee. Oh,
Yeah, it
She had a
was
blast.
it was great.
It was a good time.
Yeah, there was a lot of people. They fed you, in Pelham Community Spirit, the VFW. I mean, it was a really, really great time. So, if some of those opportunities come up, I'll try to. I didn't know what it was. It was the first time I went, but it was great. And I'll let everybody know if I see some of that stuff.
It was very good.
It'd be
The
good for us
food
to
was
get
good.
there. Yeah.
The atmosphere was good. Great community
Yeah.
get together.
Great event. Yeah. So that's it. I will entertain a motion.
Chair, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the what's the date today? 2026?
All right. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. I'm also an I, 5-0. Thank you very much. We'll see you next month. Have a good day.